Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to sew a zipper pouch. I love making these as gifts and also just to use for containing all sorts of things. So I'm going to be using two different fabrics to make my zipper pouch. I'm using a lighter weight fabric for the inside of the pouch and then kind of like a mid-weight fabric for the outside. And the first thing you want to do is just cut your pieces. Ideally, actually, the first thing you want to do is iron your fabric, but I kind of did this backwards. So press your fabric first and you'll get a better cut. But go ahead and cut your pieces. You want to cut it the length to be 2 inches longer than the length of your zipper. So if you're working with a 9-inch zipper, you want your pouch to be 11 inches. And then you can just decide how deep you want your pouch to be and then cut your pieces accordingly. You're going to have 2 inner pieces and 2 outer pieces. Now I'm pressing my fabric. You're going to see a lot of ironing. That's always important when you sew. Like I said before, it's usually best to press your fabric before you cut it, but for some reason I got those steps backwards today. Once you have your pieces cut, we're going to start assembling the bag. You want to start with one of your outer pieces right side up, and then you're going to lay your zipper right side down so that the two right sides are together. And you can lay your zipper either way. It really doesn't make too much of a difference. So you've got your outer piece right side up, your zipper right side down, and then you're going to put your liner, your inner piece of fabric, right side down so that your right sides are all sandwiched together. Pin them in place along the top. And then you're just going to sew right along that top edge that you've pinned and attach those 3 layers together. You want to sew this with about a 3/8 inch seam. The point is that you're getting flush to the zipper, but not too close. Sew all the way down, removing the pins as you go. When you get to the zipper, you can just lift your presser foot up a little bit and slide it out of the way, and then finish sewing down the rest of that edge. We have one side of the zipper pouch done. At this point, just go ahead and close that zipper up, and we're going to press this side. You want to make sure that you're always pressing as you go so that you end up with a much nicer end product and all of your edges and seams line up well. So just use your iron to press out that top seam. Do the right side first and then flip it over and do the other side as well. Okay, now it's time to assemble the second side. So I'm going to lay the other outer piece of my pouch down right side up, and then I'm putting down that zipper panel that I just sewed so that the zipper is right side down again. And I'm gonna sandwich those with the second inner piece, also right side down, and then pin all that in place along the top edge, just like you did for the first side. Once you finish pinning that edge in place, you're ready to sew it as well. So do the same thing, about a 3/8 inch seam. Just again, close to the zipper, but not on the zipper. And take your pins out as you go and go all the way down. When you reach the zipper, just lift up your presser foot, move it out of the way, and finish going down that edge. Once again, we're going to press the seam that you just sewed. So smooth it out with your hands, pull that fabric away from the zipper, and then use your iron to get it nice and smooth. We're going to top stitch the bag on both sides of the zipper. So you want those seams to be nice and smooth before you top stitch them. So once again, you're just going to sew all the way down. Try to get close to the top edge of that seam where your fabric runs against the zipper. So all the way down both sides, moving the zipper when you get to it so that you can stay pretty close to that edge. Okay, the last step is to sew the bag together. Go ahead and open your zipper halfway. That's going to be important when you're turning your bag right side out. And then you're just going to line up the outside fabric and the inside fabric together so that your zipper is still in the middle. And we're going to pin around all the edges, but we're going to leave an opening on the bottom of the inside fabric. When we sew it, we'll start on one side of the opening, sew all the way around, and then leave a couple of inches open so that we can turn the bag right side out and finish it. Sew around all four sides of the bag, again leaving that 2 or 3 inch opening with a 1/2 inch seam. When you get to the corners, just lift your presser foot up and rotate the fabric and keep going. When you finish sewing around the bag, just back stitch before cutting your thread, and then you want to clip your corners. This is going to give you much nicer finished product. Your corners are going to be less rounded. You'll be able to press them out a little bit more. So just clip them at a diagonal. Trim any excess fabric you have on the outside of the bag and turn your bag right side out. Once you get it most of the way through, you'll be able to turn it, continue pushing it through the zipper that you left open. Use your fingers to press those corners out. And then before we press the bag, we can go ahead and close up that opening that we left in the inside of the zipper pouch. I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit with my fingers, press it in place, and then use my machine to close it up. You can do this by hand and you won't see the seam at all, but since this is in the inside of my zipper pouch, I really don't mind if I have a couple inches right there. If you're giving this as a gift, you may want it to look a little bit more professional, and then you can just close that seam by hand. Generally though, I love the convenience of just going over it really quickly with my machine. Okay, your zipper pouch is pretty much done. The last thing that you need to do is press that lining inside, and then again press it with your iron, make it look all nice and smooth and finished, and you'll be able to fill it with whatever you want. Great thing about these bags is that once you learn this process, which is actually pretty simple, you can buy zippers in whatever size you want and make your bags again as deep or shallow as you like. You can see here I have some different sizes. We like to use ours for Legos, pencils, match cars, things that I keep in my purse. You can use it for makeup. Really, the options are pretty endless. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. You can find more tutorials in my sewing and crafts playlist.